Hi everyone, it's JoJo Empathic here, psychic medium, and in today's video I'm going to make it brief. I just want to share a message on medical intuition and how the church is kind of stopping us from tapping into our medical intuitive abilities. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, drop a comment below. I will answer all questions in the comment boxes. Just let me know what you're thinking about this topic that I see as a problem. So recently on Alignable, which is like a small business networking kind of Facebook type of platform that I'm on, I had a minister, a pastor of a Christian church in Houston reach out to me. First, this man added me as a friend on Alignable. Nothing happened, and then I want to say maybe like a month later or two, he private messages me. And I responded by saying, "Hello, how can I be of service?" And his response was, "I don't think that you can help me because I'm a pastor of a church, but thanks for responding to me." And I want to talk about this. I was just sharing today in a private spiritual development session about self-acceptance and how I go by the title of a reverend and why. Why do I go by reverend? This is between me and Spirit. Spirit has guided me to have this title. I have not gone through training as a reverend other than what Spirit has guided and showed me to learn and understand. I do anticipate to train in reverendship, but not traditionally. I don't believe in going and taking this education on, through what the system or churches believe is a reverend. This is between me and Spirit. So where I will be studying reverendship is with other psychics. I go by a reverend because, and I'm not someone that's big on titles. I'm very Aquarius in that. Like, I go by reverend so people can see I can help them to depossess. That's really why I go by that. People will see the title Reverend and they will come to me for spirit release, depossession, and healing, spiritual healing. So it's very important that people are able to source me and find me through that title. So my point is, there's another reverend, there's another minister who's not staying in his lane, right? Curious, probably wanting to push Christianity on me so that I don't burn in the pits of hell, right? Here's this gentleman who is a reverend himself. And how big could our service together be to help people if we were to stand together? This is a well-known pastor in a big church in Houston. How many people could we touch if we came together and helped a certain population like the homeless, help people that are struggling with illness, help people to find faith and truth and spiritual connection? But instead, this man chose to try to indoctrinate me, tried to, in a sense, almost shame me a bit. You can't help me. I'm a pastor. Your work isn't going to work with me. Not seeing me as a minister doing the real holy work, doing the real healing work, laying on of hands, people healing illness, healing pain. He chose to separate us, and that's exactly what the church does. That's exactly the type of mentality that is preached to the masses as holy work. And then we have a whole elderly population that doesn't know how to heal themselves. In fact, they're following these ministers and they lose their mind. They have dementia. They can't remember who their family is anymore, following that path. Then we have a population of children who are falling ill and they can't heal themselves either, waiting for some God outside of them to save them, to heal them, waiting for a man on the throne to come in and rescue, a savior. This is what the church does. I we'll also talk about, I saw a deliverance minister on YouTube not long ago telling people that they should repent for opening their third eye. Now, in the physical body, the third eye plays a role on a lot of your cycles. It's the center of awareness in the spiritual realm. So if you're closing off your third eye, you're closing off your awareness, your intuition, your connection to source. In the physical body, you may then start to have balances in the endocrine system, tension, headaches, migraines, confusion, depression, anxiety, imbalances with sleep. And then we have these ministers out here claiming to be channels of light, putting separation between the real channels of light out here. And this is why people can't heal themselves. So I say all of this because this is a time where it's going to require your utmost discernment with what's going on in the world. Because what's up is down and down is up. We have masses of people flocking to these churches, and that should be enough to say time out. Time out. Why is everyone following Christianity right now? I'm in Texas. Bible Belt. That should be alarming to you. These paths. I heard a really good description of religion versus spirituality that I want to share. I heard a psychic talk about this, and I want to share it. She explained religion to be the connection between the spirit and the body, and spirituality to be the connection higher, from spirit to the divine. Okay? So religion produces a lens. Religion can do a lot of good for people because it helps you have awareness that you're a spiritual being. It helps you to know you have a spirit, a soul, in a body, in flesh. Religion can help us to have faith. And we can heal through faith. There can be faith healing and miracle healing through religions. But when we step into the higher consciousness of spirituality, we begin to have this amazing awareness of our innate connection of God within us, not outside of us, not separate. And that's where true healing takes place. That's where you want your children to know that God is in their heart, in this connection, this coherence. This is where you want the elderly population to know that God exists in their heart, not some man waiting to judge them outside of them, because that'll never heal them. This is what we really need for our society, is to tap into spirituality, the higher consciousness of divine connection, to find these truths of healing and spiritual source connection so we can heal ourselves when we have tragedy strike our health. When we have tragedy strike our lives and we need intuitive guidance and flow. I'm messing with my quantum field lady behind me. You see what I'm saying? So why don't we know how to tap into our medical intuitive abilities? The church has done a very good job at making sure the masses have no idea really who God is. And that the masses are staying in line like sheep to these holidays so that they can spend money into the machines that control them even more. So they can watch the entertainment that pays the system and machine as well. And so that we are immensely distracted from the truth within us, which is our own innate power. Which is what Jesus, Yeshua, really preached on. Right? Jesus said, if these miracles I can do, you can do greater. So why would a Savior say that? He didn't intend for us to worship him like a Savior. And so if we're following this path of Christianity, we need to know Jesus, right? And Jesus was a mystic. He was a channeler. He was a healer. He was into Reiki. He saw disease as a spirit. Jesus was tapped into his medical intuitive abilities. Now, some would say, no, he's the Son of God. Well, aren't you? Aren't you the daughter and son of God too? And he didn't really claim that he was so special. So why are we doing this? Why are we idolizing this person? Not saying he's not a fantastic ascended master. Not saying I don't work with Jesus, because I do. But we need to understand that Jesus was a medical intuitive. He could see people's quantum fields. Yeshua could know that there was illness in a body caused from a spirit attachment. And Yeshua had the divine guidance to clear people. He had the power, the skill, the intuitive intelligence to remove spirits. People began to rise from the dead, walk from being paralyzed, skin conditions clearing after Jesus' deep possessions. So if you're going through a health scare right now, or maybe you have a loved one that's elderly, you're taking care of mom and dad, grandparents. Maybe you've got a child that's going through an illness. And there's a part of your soul, your intuitive soul, that's saying, there's more out there than what this medical Western medicine is saying. Because in Western medicine, there's total disregard that we're spirits. A lot of doctors go to church, but no spiritual remedy for their patients. And in the East, we see more spirit put into medicine, energy medicine being utilized more and understood and respected. So I'm trying to open your awareness that there's a machine at play that keeps people going to the church and to Walgreens for their prescriptions every week. I talk a lot, if you've read my website, I talk about finding home and how a lot of us high vibrational beings, we feel very out of place and not at home in our lives because we know that home isn't here. Home is in our soul, in our spirit, in our heart. So one of the things that's interesting when we're on this journey to find home is we find out that it's within us this entire time. We moved to Nebraska, we moved to New York, we moved to Colorado, only to find that home is here this entire time, wherever we are. And that's how medical intuitive abilities work. I wouldn't claim that people are special like myself. All of my clients know this. I don't believe in idolizing another person outside of you. I think that it's a skill in intelligence, and it starts with your awareness and allowing of your intuitive intelligence to be turned on and tapped into. Yes, we're all at different levels of intelligence and intuitive intelligence. Yes. Some are anointed to come and give healing and be ministers. Yes. But I think that we as ministers, whether you're in deliverance ministry or you're running these churches, these mega churches, you need to be honest with your congregation that they don't need you. The people you're leading need to know they don't need you. They need themselves. They need their connection to source, their spirit within them. That's a true light worker, a true minister of light, a minister of truth. People are waiting to find home. It's here this whole time. They're waiting to find their intuitive abilities. It's here the whole time. So back to what I was saying. If you or a loved one is going through an imbalance and you feel that there's more to your healing journey or there's more you can do, you absolutely can. And I'm glad we're connecting today. Work with me because I will help you to become empowered to heal yourself. It will help you to learn the language of spirit that's innate and intertwined through us all. And a lot of times mediumship comes as a symptom. We get downloads, we get itchy. Right? We sense a spirit, we smell it, we feel it in our temples, burning on the skin. It's a symptom. It's mediumship. I was explaining it today, like I've talked a lot about the endocrine system as a messaging system throughout us. Our hormones dictate how we feel, our mood, our personality, our hunger levels, our sleep cycles. So we're innately designed to have messages flowing through us. And that's really the reality of His spirit language is through us, and you have that. You just need to develop it, and you need to have awareness of it and discernment. Another thing that I think the church has done really good is make people afraid of themselves, afraid of their power, afraid of the spirit realm. Don't open your third eye, you'll see too much. Don't open your third eye, you'll go through awakening and detox, and that's painful. Would you tell somebody that's on drugs, don't detox, because it's going to be painful? No. Detox is necessary, dear one. If you want to go higher, you can't, we hear the expression, you can't bring everybody with you, right? They're not ready. It's not your responsibility. You've got all of this toxic way of thinking, all of these non-truths, illusions you're feeding into, needs to be detoxed. Yes, that will be painful. Kundalini can feel like flu-like symptoms. You're sick on your butt. Detox can let friends go, family go, work go. But you go higher after that detox. It's a necessary transitional phase. Sometimes we call it the dark night of the soul. Why should we run from that or fear it? Another thing I hear is, don't open your third eye, you'll see all the dark spirits. If you are tuned to darkness, you're going to be seeing darkness everywhere. If your energy and your frequency is so high, darkness stays away from you. Your field, your frequency keeps darkness at bay, so why fear that? You awaken, you start seeing all this darkness, well, that's near you. You're co-creating that, and you need to check that. And if you don't see all this darkness around you, how are you going to check yourself? How are you going to heal yourself? You're not. You're going to be sitting in darkness with no awareness of it because you tuned it out and blocked it out. Now you're sick and helpless and disempowered. So don't see darkness. Don't see the truth. That's this world. It says don't see it because it's too dark. Don't see what's really in your field. It's too dark. It doesn't work like that. You go through a dark night, yes, where you notice that you've been haunted your whole life since you were a kid. You deal with it, you manage it, and you transmute it. And then you start to reach what they would call more of an enlightenment. Then you're in more of a flow state. Then you meet your soul tribe. Then you start to be able to manifest a lot quicker and easily, with more ease and grace. We want this instant gratification in this society. We want to just awaken and see the best and da-da-da, and be the trophy, and da-da-da, get the reward. No. To get your master's degree, how many years of lessons in hard work, blood, sweat, and tears do you have to go through to get that master's degree? To get that certificate? So we respect it that way. But we have no respect for the truth of spirituality. We have no respect for ministers of light, reverends, psychic healers that wrote all these scriptures. We are not respected. People will come and see us, and they have to be very private about it. Even though it transforms their whole lives, they can't go tell a family about it. It's hush-hush or woo-woo or deemed as dark, and it's their ticket to higher transformation, self-healing, and enlightenment. We were once respected in this society. I've had enough. I've had an absolute enough. I stay in my lane, and to have these, this one minister just reach out and just, Christianity likes to indoctrinate. Now, this is a black man, this minister, but it's almost like pushing the white man's agenda. That's what it felt like. It's almost like, how dare Christians say I'm going to burn in hell? They're not doing hands-on healing with no one in their life. They're taking mom to nursing home and to church on Sunday. That's it. Saying to pray, and they're trying to convert everybody else to the pharmacy and the nursing home as well. They're not actually making transformation in people's lives. But when they see the psychic, they say, oh, that's demonic. I'm going to stay away from that. I don't mess with that. And it's messed up. So your psychic intelligence is tied to your soul. That's where the word psychic comes from. It's your soul's intelligence. It's tied to your right brain. There's no demon telling me all of this stuff. I've practiced consciously tapping into a hemisphere of my brain, which is studied. It's not common knowledge. The people high up know. And they keep it from you guys. So you can go to church every Sunday and tithe. So you can go to the hospital afterwards. And we're in this shift where you have to be the one that's going to empower yourself to make a choice to either follow the cult-like mindset, the sheep mindset, or you have to break away and skip to the beat of your own drums, always leaning into love versus fear, but seeing the higher consciousness and truth if you want to heal yourself. So I want to help you to learn medical intuition. I am training quantum healers and medical intuitors right now, but I require a full year of training with me. Reiki is just sending healing in. Quantum healing is more like psychic surgery, where you're removing disease, you're removing spiritual implants and parasites and spirit attachments. You're working with your client's chakra and energy field psychically, which is extremely powerful healing. So I require 6 months of mediumship training in a sense, and we get into quantum healing because I don't feel that healers should not know mediumship. A lot of times there's a lot of healers and they're seeing other mediums, like for readings, like you're the medium. When you're giving these healings, do you not work with their guides? How don't you know the language? We have idolized these mediums. We've idolized the psychics, or we demonize them and shame them. And so this message is about normalizing our bio-spiritual ecology. This message today for you is about normalizing you having a medical intuitive ability that can save you. Okay? So work with me. I want to help you to learn discernment and get to a place where you don't need me. You're scanning your body yourself. You're able to connect what you're feeling, seeing, knowing with potential imbalance or how to resolve it. So what is medical intuition? I'll conclude it here by saying this. Medical intuition, very simply, is right brain channeling, yes. So you are tapped in psychically, and you can also mediumistically receive guidance from your angels or spirit guides about your health, your quantum field. What's your quantum field? Your energy field, your Merkaba, your cosmic egg, your meridians, your mental body, your emotional body, okay, your celestial body, your template, all of these parts of you you're aware of through medical intuition. And simply, you're tapped into your higher consciousness and higher sense to scan you. And when you do, you can get a very diverse read. You could see masses within you. You can feel masses within you. You can go into your heart and feel emotional blockages. You could feel pain in your body. You could just know that there's toxins. You could feel there's inflammation. You can see inflammation. So all of your senses are awakened to read and scan you. And medical intuition simply is connecting what you're reading with a message. Spirit speaks in symbology. So symbolically, what you're seeing, you tie it together as an interconnected system between, you're seeing a gray cloud over your crown. What does that mean? So you're able to tap into the cloud, and see that it means you've been really foggy lately. You've been depressed. You got a cloud raining over you. You have grief over you. It's stuck in your field. It's blocking your prosperity. And the church would say that's evil to know, right? Just ask Jesus. Just give it to Jesus. It's easy, right? This is why people don't heal, because that's not the truth. The truth is Jesus saying you need to do something about your grief. Your coping mechanisms are toxic. You're hurting yourself by drinking to cope with the grief. You need to stop drinking. And this is why people never get healed in Christianity, because they're just waiting on God to do things for them. And I'm not saying that God doesn't, move mountains and make shifts, because the universe does that. But if you're stuck in these patterns and you're wondering why your prayers aren't working, because you need to do something, dear one. You are the empowered one. Especially if you want to get into Christ consciousness, you need to start doing things for yourself. And that's medical intuition. It's a sense of empowerment, awareness, knowing, and action that transmutes and manipulates energy to have you go from lower frequencies to higher, to going from the lower mass of cancer to healing with no cancer. How do we do it? How do we get from this to that? It's a connection with Source. There's guiding messages, and we act on it. It may be go see this doctor, go work out more, go make amends here, forgive here, let go, cut this relationship off. Right? We have to do something about it. So medical intuition is something I want to see more and more in society, and I challenge the church to stop with all this nonsense. Don't contact me because I'm not the one. I don't want to hear it. We could be standing together in service, because I'm not anti-religion. Don't get confused. I would love to stand with that pastor and make a change and a difference, but I won't tolerate that manipulative attitude. Instead of seeing me as a colleague or someone at the same level, and this guy isn't exuding any type of light. That's why he doesn't see me by his side, because he's down here with the lens, and I'm vibrating up here. A lot of times these little darkness will manipulate people down here to try to bring me or you lower, right? Lower here, lower me, to put a lens over me so I don't see all the way. Enough. We all need to know that medical intuitive is something we can tap into. So if you have any questions about this message or want to share an experience where maybe someone tried to demonize you for, being in light work or in the healing arts, or you were shamed by your family members for seeing a psychic, or, you one day were tapped into like someone else's energy field and just knew they had an illness or a sickness, or you were able to tap into your heart and get help before you had a heart attack, let me know. Angels work with us and guide us, and they're healing entities. And we all have angels, so we all have spirit guides that help us with healing. And I think that's something I really want to share and take home message for you guys if you're struggling with disease. Your spirit guides aren't there for me to channel for you. Welcome to the Great Awakening. You have guides and angels that guide you and work with you to guide you intimately without a medium, because you are the medium. And there's a lot of these agendas that say people like me should be idolized. And, I think we should have more respect if you're doing this for the public. You should give us a little bit more respect than we have. But I think real mediums help people to get into their own language. And that's the truth. So I hope this message spoke to you. And if you want to know more, drop a comment and let me know. Have a great day.